everybody, welcome back to the channel, man. Y'all already know I got another great video for everybody today. This video to me is really important because I've seen a couple just videos out there like with people covering this topic, and I don't believe that they are covering certain aspects of it that you need to know if this is something that you're about to dive into. So I just had to make a video on it covering this topic, and I am at the beginning stages, and so I feel like also understanding what a person who has been going through self-development for almost 7-8 years to this point, who has like a huge perspective on life and everything else, and just understanding like how disciplined and things like that work. I just believe it'd be very good to hear like even how my process is going at this point, so that way for you, if this is something you're getting into, you would be able to understand like, okay, does this work for me? Like, oh, got it, that's a battle I definitely been facing or I'm gonna face. Like, let me be a little bit more prepared for it. So yeah, man, cue that intro. Alright, so let's get right into it. Is entrepreneurship hard? Okay, first let's start. What is entrepreneurship? By definition, I'm gonna just spin it my own way. It is the practice of owning, operating like your own business. Okay, so we're just gonna go with that definition. Now, naturally, a business can be looked at all across the spectrum. Like from if you mow lawns and you go get an LLC, like you have a business, okay? If you are literally building a tech app and then you go hire people and you do everything, you have a business, okay? So I just don't want people to, you start shining shoes on the street and you go get an LLC for it, like you have a business, okay? So like, I just want everybody to understand that like that business sense isn't like Fortune 500. Like it's literally, once you get an LLC, we're being honest, like you have a business at that point. You can call yourself a CEO, even if you really aren't even bringing in any money. So that's to cover that business aspect of entrepreneurship. Okay. So I want to first just answer, is entrepreneurship hard? I would say yes, okay? And you already know I'm about to break it down for y'all a little deeper than most I think be going. And I'd say yes, but it's more from a mental aspect than actually you getting the work done. What do I mean by that? So the first issue I would say with entrepreneurship is that like first society. Naturally, the way the world works now is instant gratification. Like you can get anything you need right away, all right? Like we all know this, like, which is why like relationships fail a lot nowadays, and like people just become frustrated with their goals, and while a lot of people give up, it's not always because they don't believe, it's just that like you can get everything else so quick that it's just like when you actually gotta put in work, it just seems like, God damn, dude, like this is a lot. Like, even it's really not. It's just that you gotta put in the work for it, which swings me to the comment of entrepreneurship is practically putting in the work without any guarantee that it's all gonna work out in the end. So that is the first mental hurdle that you gotta get over. That while you could love the process and you love every single thing you're doing with your business or whatever you're creating to be able to become financially independent, there is no guarantee that it is going to work out, right? Now, of course, you get closer to it working out when you're actually putting in the work, but when you start out, there is no guarantee that it's ever gonna come into fruition for it to start bringing in you a steady financial stream of income. So I believe that is first the hardest part, is just not knowing when you'll get that break, no matter how much work you put in. I mean, like, you all want to, I'm always gonna give an acting example because I'm in acting now, but like there's actors who literally, like, so many stories of like even people I met now who've been at this in LA for like 5 years now, and they just got their break. You know what I mean? It's like they've been attending classes, they've been doing auditions all this time, but they just got their break. And so it's like, are you willing to put in the work without a guarantee of success? But if you don't put in the work, you're definitely not gonna be successful. So you just gotta kind of make a decision there on like how you feel. So that's the first mental hurdle I'd say super tough to get over. The next thing is it's structure, okay? So unlike a 9-to-5 job, like right now, I'm always pretty honest about everything. Like I work in the tech space, okay? There are competencies that must be crossed to go to the next level, okay? So you're at a position, you hit all your competencies, you go to the next position. That's just how the tech world works. That is how my job works, all right? But this is already structured. Like someone has already walked this path, and I'm not saying in most businesses that people haven't already walked them past, but I'm just trying to say like it's already done. Like I know when I work XYZ to XYZ every single day, this is the time I need to give, this is how much I am going to get paid, and I know if I continually improve in these areas, like I am going to be promoted to this level. That is a guarantee. In entrepreneurship, most of the time when you start out, there's no real structure. You're just going after it. You're figuring out on your own. You're Googling other people's results and how they've done things, and like you're just trying to figure it out. And so with that, there's truly only one person to hold you accountable, and that's yourself. Like, and so for yourself, if you decide one day, hey, I'm not gonna get after it, like it's no honest penalty except for you just didn't get after your entrepreneur, you didn't work on your business that day, you know? Like, and I think that part too becomes tough because there's no, like, yes, you can create the structure, but it's no guarantee even that someone else's formula is gonna work for you just because it worked for them. So there's a lot of things you got to figure out on your own and build that in while you're trying to work on your ish, and that part definitely becomes tough. I'm not gonna lie, that part becomes tough. And next, I would say you have ownership, ego. So the last thing that I'm gonna mention just on this is just that, like, when you're, how many people, and you all probably know a lot, how many people do you know that they start themselves, they throw in something, they go get an LLC, I'm a CEO now, I'm boss, they throw it on their social media, do it, they're making no money from it. I'm not hating on nobody, I just want to be honest. It's just ego. It's just trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm a CEO, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. But like the problem with ego, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, is that 100%, owning 100% of nothing is still nothing. You know what I mean? Like you can have a LLC, but if your money ain't making no business, then you own 100% of nothing. Like, and so understanding that and understanding that you need a team and the longevity of things to be successful, like, are you willing to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not just gonna be able to just be the CEO and run everything like the boss. Like I'm gonna have to delegate things as time goes on. Like, are you okay with that for your business to be able to grow? Like, and without the guarantee that when you delegate certain things, that it's gonna work out a certain way. Like, and I'm not saying you gotta do it in the very beginning. You probably can't, because I mean, it costs money unless you're with your spouse or something like that. Like if you and all your best friends come together and like create a plan, that's different. But we're talking about if you're in like a situation like mine, where yeah, I have friends and everything else, but they're all building their own thing. And so for me, I do know, let's use my YouTube. As you all know, I'm growing it right now. I've been hella consistent, staying on top of this, putting out 5 videos a week, you know, and even outside of my job, even outside of the acting, like, and I want you all to know it's been hella work. But like, I also know, like with my intro, I like worked with somebody else to get that done, because at the end of the day, like I honestly don't enjoy editing as much as I enjoy being in front of the camera. Like my ideal situation, it would be to have a beast editor, and then like they just edit this content because they really think I'm legit, and then like we work together to take off together. That would be perfect. But hey, I'm not in that situation. So like, it's about one of the things of, I do know when that time comes, I will love to just actually pay for an editor to be able to just knock out everything for me. Like, but in the meanwhile, guess who needs to learn that skill? Me. Like, so that way I can keep pumping out content, so that way I can get to that point. You know what I mean? And so like, I know I kind of spent that answer a little bit, but it's just the point of understanding that like you aren't going to get to the top on your own. Like if you want to go fast, you go by yourself, but if you want to go far, you're going to need people like to get you there, to get up there, like to that point, because like there's going to be barriers you're just going to hit being alone that you're not going to be able to break through in certain aspects, like without a team of people who understand different avenues. You just don't, because you can't know everything. Okay? Like, and it's just something to understand. And so to overall sum this video up, yes, entrepreneurship is hard. It's something that you really got to just feel in your heart of heart that you can actually get done. Like you really got to believe in yourself, that you know for a fact that you can be it, that you have something to offer to the world that's highly valuable, in whatever course that you want to take, and you got to like really stand by that. Because I also think another mental hard part I'm thinking about is flowing now, is that like when you first start out, like you're gonna look foolish. That's like with anything in life. And so like you aren't a beast at this. And so with you starting out right now, and like you're gonna have your friends laughing at you, you're gonna have people maybe not like supporting you or anything, and you gotta like push through those barriers. And that right there, I know, is the reason a lot of people give up, because they're so worried about other people's opinions of themselves. And usually the people judging are the people who ain't doing shit, just so y'all know, because a person who's grinding is never gonna judge you. Like, I guarantee you all that. Like, someone like me, when I talk to other people who are just like me starting out, or whether they're already successful, I'm always happy, I'm excited, because I'm like, I know what this journey is like. And even if some people who could already be financially set, like from the same grind as me, I'm like, listen, I can't wait till like I'm starting to bring in some bread, but I like know the grind it takes to get there. You know what I mean? So like, you guys, so many aspects of just that mental hurdles to get over that's the tough part of entrepreneurship. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.